Okay, this is Tuesday. Oh, we've got some new journal entries. Let's see, so October 7th. It's a photo contest. I should have known. I think I'm the only one that was surprised and totally unprepared. You have to sign up in pairs, and I have to pick a partner today because the deadline is Friday. Friday! Needless to say, I'm sweating at my desk. I don't know who I should ask. Should I play it safe? Or maybe high risk equals high reward? idea. But I have to decide, like, right now. As in, close my journal and decide now. I asked Victoria. Don't look at me. I was momentarily possessed by a demon, one in cashmere. But I swear I'm not joining the dark side. Here's the thing. Victoria's got talent. She might have the worst attitude in the world. Seriously. But is there anyone in the school that knows their way around a camera better than she does? Nope. So in the name of art, a truce. I can actually tell who's in here, but okay. Usually, I feel totally at ease in this environment. So she's at the Blue Whale. It's Tuesday, because this is where Victoria asked to meet her. In the middle of the frantic breakfast rush at Two Whales, complete with an atmosphere so loud and varied it makes it hard to nod off. I don't know why you want to sleep in here. The diner is alight with a manner of different faces. Hungry truckers tapping their feet and banging their large fists against the counter. Sleepy locals engaging in quiet conversation over steaming coffee mugs. Families dabbing at the faces of their children. And the already overworked staff bumbling about with a speed and accuracy I sure wouldn't be able to accomplish without falling over. Chloe's mom works here, so I wonder if we'll see her. Maybe in a Chloe path and not the Victoria one, but we'll see. And it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. It seems way too loud for it to be that time, but that's the beauty of the morning rush, I guess. Well, to be more accurate, it's only 9:58. I woke up this morning to a text from Victoria, demanding to meet at 10 a.m. or never. Got some absolutes there, Victoria. Checking my phone to make sure I have the time right, I drum my fingers against the table to burn off the excess energy from my nerves. If I were to be meeting up with Chloe, I wouldn't be nervous at all. Well, maybe a little nervous that she'd leave me waiting for way too long. Ha! I can't help the little smirk that overcomes my lips at the thought, because I know for a fact that she definitely would. Probably, but at least her mom would be there to keep you company. She always tells me I'd better not be late, but she always is. It's fine, though. I guess I've learned to deal with the wonky schedule of one Chloe Price. That's what you get when you pledge your loyalty to the captain. There's no room for me to be that upset. Being first mate isn't all it's cut out to be. Ugh, what's up with that look on your face? I jump in my seat at the sudden voice, and the smile dissolves quickly off my face. One thing I think I like about this so far is we've seen Max's body language here when she's with Victoria. It's very closed off, unlike when she was with Kate and Chloe. She had that sheepish grin and the arm behind her neck. So let's see. Victoria Chase is standing over my table, arms crossed and expression sour. I must have been so deep in my thoughts that I didn't even notice her come in. So much for preparing myself to deal with this. I looked down at my phone to check the time. 10 a.m. Oh, exact time. Does that mean Victoria was just nervously hanging out outside the building until she could walk over and get there at exactly 10 a.m.? I don't know why I'm surprised. Of course she'd be as punctual as possible. When I pull my gaze off my phone, I realize that she still made no effort to sit down. I can't help myself from thinking that she's probably trying to use that as some leverage over me. As if she doesn't have enough control over all of Blackwell. God, are you deaf or something? I asked you a question. That sparked some annoyance in the back of my mind, and I hurried to respond. I can't be mean back. I'm just gonna be thinking of something. As much as I want to reply with something worse, I hold myself back and frown at her. I was just thinking about something. Victoria raises a brow, then scoffs. It better be something about the project, then. I can't keep myself from rolling my eyes, and she narrows her own eyes at me in response. Or maybe it's better if it's not. If I have to deal with you smiling like a total weirdo all the time, I might just go crazy. If she's that worried, her words definitely did the trick. There's nothing short of a frown on my face now. Victoria, you're so mean. Look at Max's face right now. Very funny, Victoria. If it makes you feel better, it wasn't about the project. Victoria actually makes a noise of approval. Good. I don't need you getting ahead of yourself. I don't really like the way she says that, like she's planning on being the driving force behind this whole thing. I was the one who asked her to help in the first place. Whatever, let's not waste any more time. Does that mean you're going to sit down? Victoria's eyebrows twitch at my assertion, and I can't stop myself from smiling smugly. I half expect her to say something. Instead, all she does is huff and tuck a lock of her hair behind her ear, sliding effortlessly into the seat. It is too early to deal with you, Caulfield. You set the time, Victoria. You can't complain that much. Too early? It's already 10 in the morning. I raise a brow at her. Even Chloe would have called me out earlier than this. Victoria shoots me a look and adverts her gaze to one of the many waitresses passing by, as if that'll make them show up any faster. Some people actually need their beauty sleep. I'm not surprised you haven't heard of it with how you look. Oh my gosh, Victoria. Ouch. She's on a roll today. I cross my arms, watching her warily. Seriously? If you're going to come here just to insult me, why did you even agree to work with me? Victoria pauses, then pinches the bridge of her nose. Don't flatter yourself. Before Victoria can finish her response, a waitress finally shows up to take our orders. Victoria, of course, wastes no time. Coffee. Black. She shoots me a look as if I'm the reason she's getting something so strong. I stand my ground, staring right back. For maybe a little too long, because Victoria clears her throat and gestures to the waitress. We don't have all fucking day, Caulfield. My ears burn, and I advert my graze. Just a coffee with bacon and eggs. Once the waitress pens down our orders and speeds away, the atmosphere feels just as tense as before. Victoria is extremely quiet, and I can't find the words to say. It always feels like talking to Victoria is just like trying to avoid stepping on landmines. It almost makes me regret my decision a little, but I quickly dash that thought from my mind. I know why I picked Victoria to help me. I've seen her work before, and for someone so sour, she has a ton of talent. I guess I've always wondered why someone so talented has to be such a jerk. She has everything, so what does she get from tearing everyone down? I peek at her again and catch her looking out the window instead of at me. Look at that, she's kind of blushing. There's this little furrow in her brow, as if she's thinking about something. It's probably something about me. Wow. Maybe she's questioning this decision just as much as I am. Hey, Victoria. Victoria turns her head to look at me, brows still furrowed. As she opens her mouth to respond, our waitress comes by and drops off our drinks. Whatever she was going to say is swallowed up by her taking a hold of her coffee and taking a sip. I almost want to wince, imagining how bitter that was. Yeah, I can't drink black coffee, but I don't like coffee at all, so... So, our project. Right. What do you have in mind? Makes it sound like she's going to take control entirely. And do you have any ideas? Just doesn't sound as strong. I'll do what you have in mind. Since I'm dealing with Victoria, it's probably to ask her what she has in mind first. What do you have in mind? Do you have any Oh, that's so cute! She said the exact opposite one at the same time. We both stop short, our sentences totally mismatched. It really takes a moment to realize what she was trying to say, and really, I'm surprised. Was she actually asking me for my opinion? And look at those two cute, shocked little faces. I see her grip tighten on her mug, and she turns her head away from me and looks out the window. And she's blushing again. I blink hard, because there's no way the light pink dusted over her cheeks is real. Ah! But as soon as I do, it's gone, and she's glowering at me again. Were you seriously asking for my opinion? Don't tell me you were planning to peg all the work on me, Caulfield. Her eyes narrowed, tone almost downright poisonous. I groaned softly at the accusation. That's not what I meant. This is a collaboration, in case you forgot. I'm actually surprised Victoria isn't trying to take over it, because I'm a bit of a control freak too, and I would just naturally take control. I don't think I'd demand collaboration, but I guess we'll see. Victoria, you're surprising me. Maybe if you got your head out of the clouds once in a while, you'd realize that. I furrowed my brows, a little irritated. Does she seriously think I was trying to push all the work on her? I tried to be considerate, and all I did was get yelled at. Well, she's doing the happy smile, sheepish thing. We should probably figure out where we're going to shoot, right? Victoria hums in agreement at my words, seemingly placated for now. Placated. I don't know. That's right. Since the focus is Arcadia Bay, it shouldn't be hard to find a suitable spot. Are you saying you know good places to shoot? She pauses and taps her fingers against the table. Of course, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to give you a chance to prove yourself. I can't help but snort a little, and Victoria shuts her eyes at that, annoyed again. At least that's what it looks like, but then she continues easily. As I was saying, I'd like to hear your opinion on the matter. Victoria's gaze zeroes on me, and I instantly feel more than a little awkward underneath her judgmental eyes. It makes me more nervous than it should, and I swallow dryly and reach for my coffee. In all actuality, I don't really know if I'm good enough for this. The fact that Victoria is asking my opinion is more than a little bit intimidating. I could think of a few, but I'm not sure they're... Don't. I wouldn't ask your opinion if I didn't think you were somewhat competent. Some backhanded compliments from Victoria. Victoria huffs, and I rub at the back of my neck. Is that supposed to be a compliment? I've got something in mind, too. Fortunately for you. Really? Victoria purses her lips, resting her elbow on the table and looking over me again. Yes, I do. Clean out those hipster ears of yours, and you won't have to ask me dumb questions like that ever again. There's another pause, and then Victoria's looking out the window again, waving me off. Finish your food already, and then tell me what you want to do. It'd be a shame if I didn't give your amateur tastes a chance. I'm so surprised that she's letting me take the reins that I almost do forget I have food in front of me, and I take the opportunity to nosh on it. I also take the opportunity to think hard about my decision. There's no way I'm going to argue about this. This isn't a chance that comes often. It might be a little bad, but I kind of expected her to take complete charge. So, spit it out already. I think I know where we could go. You think? Victoria sips at her coffee impatiently, and I wipe at my mouth with a napkin. I backtrack a little, frowning. No, I know. That's what I thought. Where are we going? You'll see. I've got the perfect place to take Victoria for this. Hopefully she doesn't find a way to chew me out anyways. Getting into Victoria's expensive car after leaving the diner was stressful enough. And it didn't really help that as soon as I sat down, she'd snapped at me for the directions, wasting no time at all. That didn't stop her from turning on the radio. At first I thought it was some kind of attempt to drown me out, but she kept her trashy party music at a pretty decent level, which is kind of nice. Shows she cared enough to listen to me. It's your time to shine, Max. It's not every day you get to order Victoria around. Well, that's what I thought, but I just kept my voice as calm as I could in the face of Victoria's apparent displeasure and nonchalance. We make it in no time at all due to the lack of traffic. Not there's usually any traffic. It's sad to say, but Arcadia Bay is kind of like a ghost town these days. Before I came back to Blackwell, it used to be lively, or at least from what I remember from the days William took us around town, and Chloe and I started sword fights in front of 2 rails. The thought is a little depressing. Which is exactly why I'd picked the spot today. I thought if we were going to shoot anywhere, it should be somewhere vibrant. Somewhere with a little more life, for Victoria's sake at least. I can handle nature, but I don't think I've ever seen Victoria willingly shoot at a tree or a squirrel. People are more her thing. Oldfield, Caulfield, Max. I love it when people, the rivalry ones, do last names until they switch to first names. It's so cute. My train of thought is broken again by Victoria's demanding tone. It's edged with annoyance. It takes me a second to realize that she's already parked the car. Sorry, I zoned. As if that weren't inherently obvious. Jesus Christ, Max. I expect her to keep going on about it, and so I frown and open my mouth to stop her. But before I do, she's already getting up and throwing open the door. This is it, right? You didn't zone and give me the wrong directions, did you? I huffed through my nose, scratching sheepishly at the back of my neck. No, Victoria. This is it. Victoria gives me a look, and then gets out of her car. I unbuckle my seatbelt quickly, fumble with my camera bag for a moment, and follow her out. As soon as I'm out of the car, the scent in the air hits me really hard, a sharp contrast from the heavily perfumed scent from Victoria's car. My nose is filled with the salty tang of the ocean, and my ears are filled with the idle chatter of people, the patter of their footsteps against the wooden boardwalk floor. I quickly focus on Victoria instead of on the cloudy blue sky, and I see her with her arms crossed, watching the people mill about. There's something about her I can't quite place. It almost looks like she's not even breathing. I see her exhale softly, and I wonder if I was right. Does that mean she's nervous? No. Are you serious? What? I blink at the comment, unsure of how I should take it. There's something pensive in her tone, and then she purses her lips. Nothing. I just expected you to bring me somewhere else. What, to a date? You did? With your tastes, I thought you'd bring me somewhere bland. Another backhanded compliment from Victoria. I can't help it. I have to turn my head away to hide my amusement. I think I know what she's getting at. Chloe's the junkyard. Park is pretty boring, but Max does like taking pictures of squirrels. But I like the lighthouse. Like the lighthouse? Victoria furrows her brows, then manages a soft scoff. Please tell me you're joking. The lighthouse provides an amazing view of this hick town. There's more fucking potential there than your usual chance at winning. But that's not really a hard thing to surpass. Ouch. I knew I couldn't be entirely right, but I didn't expect that sort of response from her. I think I just managed to lower her opinion of me even further. Oh, it's because I chose to pick that it was bland. That was bad of me. I wish I could choose back. Back. Yeah, I can only choose a lighthouse. Anyways, I hesitate a little and go to walk around the car and join Victoria, since she doesn't seem like she's up to moving. Victoria's eyes are on me as I do so, and I gesture vaguely to the boardwalk. Maybe we should walk around, I guess? Scope out the area? Clearly. She says that as if I were the one holding us up, and not her. As promptly as ever, she starts walking ahead of me, and I follow after her before she leaves me behind. Victoria's always walked with purpose, whether or not she's actually got a reason to. I wouldn't be surprised if she does have a reason. Victoria looks like she's so busy all the time, and she even makes buying from the vending machine seem like it's such an important event. This isn't helping me out at all, though, because Victoria's got a few inches of her height over me, making it a little harder to keep up with her long strides. Does that mean you actually like it? I mean, I picked it for a reason. My breath comes out in a little pant, and that seems to bring Victoria's attention over to my attempt to match her pace. She slows down a little, waiting for me. At least I think she is. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it, just stepping beside her and walking with much more ease. It's acceptable, surprisingly. Surprisingly? Victoria frowns at the little groan that rolls off my tongue, and I bite my tongue to stifle anything else that comes out. It's a little frustrating, really. Victoria can act as standoffish as she likes, but I'd like a little credit. Alright, chill. I meant to say it's nice, okay? Oh, the way Victoria says that is surprisingly hesitant, and I find myself staring at her in mild disbelief. Her eyes lock onto mine for just a split second, and I hold my breath at the gaze. She breaks it, and I'm able to breathe again. Wow, that was new. Staring contests. Tension. Thanks. Don't mention it. Seriously. The edge slips back into her voice, as if it never happened in the first place. I don't know whether or not I'm disappointed or not. You said you had a reason? Oh, yeah. I definitely know why I picked the boardwalk. Not only is it gorgeous, or that the atmosphere is calming, but it also feels like it brings life back into Arcadia Bay. Nothing feels stagnant here, not with families trying to hold back their kids from darting into all the shops they can find, or couples relaxing as they watch the bay. In addition to that, I thought Victoria would appreciate the variety of models here. There's so many figures, so much to point a camera at. I thought you'd like it. That's why I asked, I guess. All of a sudden, Victoria stops walking and I have to stop before I walk ahead of her. I look at her, tilting my head a little. She's blushing again! Victoria's giving me this dubious look, and then she crosses her arms. Oh man, what did I do to deserve her almighty wrath this time? You thought I'd like it? Why the hell would you care about that? I breathe in and hope I can explain it to her in a way where she won't snap at me. Because you're better at portraits, right? Victoria drums her fingers against her arm, considering my words, and then almost cautiously she speaks. Yes, I am. You noticed? Yeah, I've seen your work, and all your photos are pretty. Avedon-esque. You have an eye for framing people, so I thought you'd work a lot better somewhere where there's a bunch of subjects. Something in Victoria's expression softens, the hard set of her jaw relaxing. She makes a noise of approval, I think. Thanks, Max. I do try. But I didn't ask for you to cater to me. I could hold my own. I know that. I swear I wasn't doubting you. As soon as I said that, I see her throat bob, like she's swallowing something bitter. You had better not been. Like I said, this is a collaboration, so... I shift on my feet, feeling awkward just standing in the middle of the boardwalk with no direction. Victoria catches the movement, then jerks her head towards the bench. I have no reason not to agree, and she knows that, so she heads over and sits down. You're super talented, Victoria, and I'm not just saying that to stroke your ego or something. Victoria snorts. Chill, Max. I am chill, I'm just... Save it. I'm not even interested in hearing some sappy, hippie-ass explanation. This time, I'm the one who huffs. Some frustration burns at the back of my mind, mostly because one moment Victoria is tolerable, and the next she's not. I fumble for a response to this. Victoria gets to it first. If you're going to bother telling me anything, then tell me what you're going to do if we win. The statement hits me kind of hard, and maybe it's worse because of the way Victoria says it. It's so serious. My minor irritation gives way to this odd kind of nervousness that flutters in my stomach, the same feeling I always get when someone asks me what I'm going to do with my photos, or where I want to go in life specifically, how I'm going to get there. Victoria's staring right at me too, and I can't read the look in her eyes very well. All I can focus on, otherwise, is the way the light from the sunset frames her serious face. You're checking her out while she asks you a question, Max? My mouth feels dry. So does mine, but that's because I've been reading. So I'm gonna take a drink. I don't know yet. I press my palms against my jeans to stave off the nerves eating at my stomach, and I wait for her response. She looks back out towards the sunset, leans forward so her elbows are against her knees. If we win, I'm using these shots in my portfolio, so I can submit them to the art gallery nearby. They'd be idiots if they didn't take my work, so I'm going to make sure they do, This will be amazing exposure. Oh, I say this almost breathlessly, and I hope she doesn't notice how amazed I am. Victoria is so dedicated. If there's one thing I'm envious of, it's that. But I guess it's not really envy. I think it's more awe that keeps me looking at her. I wish I could be the same. Victoria seems so fearless. That's amazing. The words come out before I can stop them, and I rub my palms against my dreams. Victoria turns to me, tension still clear in the crease between her eyebrows. It's almost like she doesn't know how to respond to my praise. Thanks. I'm glad someone thinks so, even if it's you. Back at it again with the backhanded compliments, Victoria. So if you go and waste it for me, don't think I won't make your life hell. She's trying to threaten me, but there's something else underneath that tone. I think. There's a lot about Victoria I still don't understand. I lean back on the bench and watch the sunset with her, unsure of how I'm supposed to feel. Look at her eyebrows. Max's eyebrows are so cute right now. I want to find out more.